So as we can see here, what I've got set up is a local clone of the forked repository of DAX 601. This is actually set up here on my computer. Also, we can see that the folder has all of the files in it that you would expect to be in the repository. And also, just for ease of viewing on my desktop, I have the pretend files that I've set up for that we're going to practice submitting today. So these would be ordinarily the ones that you created last week that would have your first name and your last name. So sure, and so I'm going to now open up my QMD file, and it will open up here, and you can see that I have all the information filled in. Now, a few things to note. Basically, this should be the same file you filled in last week, but make sure that you have the images folder in here twice. I don't know why that's necessary, but it is. Make sure you've set up your own GitHub here. Don't leave the DAX one. This is the DAX teaching account that I'm going to be using, so I've got that instead, and that you have all your information. Once that is in there, what you're going to end up having to do is, so now we're going to switch into the Finder. You can do this in a different way. You could do a save as. I'm going to assume you know how to use your files. But what I'm going to do is open up our About directory. And I'm going to take the image here and put it in the Images folder. Done. And I'm going to put the student QMD and simply put it in the About folder. So now you can see it lines up beside the existing examples, which are of Max. All that seems good. Now, what is going to happen now is as soon as I have finished that, I should be able to switch over. This is going to say that it's going to close our file. Why? Because it now should be in the About folder. And sure enough, it's in there. So when I switch to Git, I should see there are now two new folders that need to be committed, or two new files. Both in the About folder, there's going to be About, and then your QMD file, and the About images and your file. So we're going to go ahead right now. We're going to commit them, and we're going to put a message that says, adding About Me page. We're going to commit it, and we're going to push. Okay, so now that we have pushed, what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to GitHub and look at the pull request. So when we come over here, we can see that the Adding About Me page was in fact submitted correctly and committed to the repository. And if we in fact look inside the folder, we can see that sure enough, our new Octo student is in the place where it's supposed to be. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come over and do a pull request. Now we're going to create a new pull request. And in this case, what we want is we're going to be submitting something from our repository, which is the template, and we want to be submitting it to the DAX main repository. The big difference is we're going to actually be submitting it to the main branch. We've talked a little bit about branches. In fact, you could have changed the name of your template branch if you wanted to a different branch, but for now, what really matters is that we're going to be submitting to the main branch. It should just have, right, the things that we've done, and we are going to go ahead and create our pull request. And we're going to say submitting About Me. And we will create the pull request, and you can see that it says these branches can be automatically merged. There are no conflicts. As long as your pull request says that, you should be fine on the other end. However, it will take 24 to 48 hours for the blog manager on our end to merge your pull request and to publish the new updated blog. But good luck, and please don't hesitate to get in touch.